So today we are going to look at the probability scale, okay? Now when it comes to probability, we think of those certain words, okay? We think of certain or impossible, even chance, likely, very likely, unlikely, very unlikely, okay? These words that we associate with probability, we can easily use those on a probability scale, okay? So what I've got here then is just a blank template of a scale. So if we said this side here now, this side here would be impossible. Okay, so impossible. And then over here, this then would be certain. Okay, so then in the middle then, this would be even chance. Okay, for instance now, if I said the probability of rolling a 7 on a normal dice or a standard dice, there's no 7s on a dice, so it's impossible. Okay, so as an example then, for the probability of rolling a 7 on a dice, okay, I would then put that on my probability scale there. It is impossible. Okay, not slightly off. It's got to be impossible because it cannot happen. Okay, so then if I said then, using the dice again, if I said the probability of rolling any number between 1 and 6, any number between 1 and 6, it's going to happen. Okay, so it's going to be certain. So the probability of rolling a number between 1 and 6, it is going to happen. So therefore I would draw, let's make that a bit more accurate, we would draw an arrow on certain, okay? When it comes to your questions, it could be, this would be a letter. It could be label your probability scale with a letter. So if this one was question A, you would label it with an A like that. If this was question B, you would then label it with a B there. So then how about then if I said the probability, okay, probability of rolling an even number on a dice. Okay, even numbers on a dice, 2, 4 and 6. So it's 3 out of 6. 3 out of 6 is a half. Halfway would be here at even chance. So I'd be able to draw that on my scale. If that was question C, we could label it with a C. Okay, so that's on the ends, impossible, certain, even chance. What about if it was in between here? So using the dice again now, if I said the probability of rolling a 4 on a dice, okay, there's only 1. Okay, so that's 1 out of 6. 1 out of 6. Now we know here is 0. Probability of an even is 3 out of 6. So 1 out of 6 would be, and if this was question D, would be here. Because if this is 1/6, then roughly this one would be around here would be 2/6. And then 3/6. You can see I've divided it into 6 as an approximation in my head. Okay. Now, only when it comes to impossible, even chance, and certain, where it has to be spot on. If it's a little bit in between, okay, you will get like a bit of leniency when it comes to giving the marks there from your examiner. Here then could be anywhere there, as long as it's greater than half. Okay, so rolling the roller numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, for instance, it's more than half chance of actually getting it. Okay, so all it is about writing or drawing those arrows on the scale of where you think it lies, whatever the probability that has been asked for. So this is when it comes to some fractions and the words. Okay, so here, let's go for around here. This would be likely. Okay, things that are likely to happen. Now over here then, between here then, this would be things that are unlikely to happen. Okay, the further you get it towards certain, it's more likely, and the closer you get to impossible, the less likely it is to happen. So then, with this scale then, let's look at some decimals. So impossible is always on the left-hand side, that is 0. Over this side, certain is always 1. Always 1. So again, this is impossible this side. This is certain on this side. Look at the numbers. Think even chance now in the middle, halfway between 0 and 1 would be 0.5. Okay, that there is an even chance. Obviously, anything between 0 and 0.5 can go in here. Anything from 0.5 to 1 would go after the even chance part. Okay, so remember, 0 is impossible, 1 is certain, 0.5 in the middle, then obviously you can go either side. Draw those arrows, label them clearly, and hopefully that'll give you a little bit more understanding about what a probability scale looks like and how it can be used. Hope it helps.